Okay, Peyton List. We are here to talk Cobra Kai season 3 spoilers. And this show is so fantastic. I think it's the best like of all the reboots and resurgences of things we've seen. And I'm just curious from your perspective because we have seen a lot of reboots, resurgences, and they don't always work. What do you think it is about Cobra Kai that makes it so special?
Well, I really feel like I cannot take any credit for all of that for the reason it works, but I think that our creators of Cobra Kai, of the series, and the writers John, Josh, and Hayden, they were the biggest Karate Kid fans, and they met with Ralph and Billy, and they all kind of came up with this concept together, and I feel like they throw so many Easter eggs in and like pay homage to the original films, and they are fans, so I feel like they know what they would want to see. And since they are such big fans, I feel like it translates to the original Karate Kid fans, and it just works. And I think also flipping the roles, for Billy and Ralph, and just I feel like taking Billy's character and humbling him, and where he is now in his life it all just really works.
I was thinking about Tori a lot too, and I'm like, at first I thought that Miguel and Robbie were kind of the Johnny Daniel, but now it's like I feel like it's Tori and Sam, really. So do you feel like Tori is kind of a Johnny character? Do you think she's kind of misunderstood?
That's interesting that you say that, because I've been hearing that theory more and more. And that is something I love about the show, is that there are so many different fan theories and conspiracies, and you could just go down a rabbit hole of reading. And even when Tori's name was accidentally Schwarber online, not even sure how that happened, I just was laughing because of the rumors that start flying along with that. But I do think that Tori is misunderstood. I think she's dealt with a lot in her life, and yes, she doesn't always respond the way she should, but I do think, just like Johnny, she is she has gone through a lot and has had to fight for a lot in her life. And I do think she means well. At the end of the day, I do think that she is a good person. Maybe it's because I play her and I see where she's coming from. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she's troubled, and she doesn't really have great guidance in her life, which is why she ends up, Kreese is really the only adult in her life that's taken her in and tried to help her.
I think that's one of the things the show does so well, is like, yes, there are villains, but they don't think they're villains, and then you'll kind of like see their perspective. Like, this show's like humanized the hell out of Kreese, which I never thought we would see.
Oh no, I agree. The season seeing his Kreese's backstory and young Kreese and him, and I really did like find this new love for him. But yeah, they really do a great job of that. What I love is everyone has their favorite, and it could be different. Like a whole family could sit down for dinner and have a debate about who their favorite and who their least favorite is. And like my family does that. So I think that's a really cool aspect of the show.
So the season ends with Tori very much aligned with Kreese. Do you think Kreese is the right sensei for her?
I do not think Kreese is the right sensei for Tori. I really don't. I mean, even in season 3, when he tells her that, Miguel and Sam are back together, you can just tell he's trying to start something there. I feel like the whole Christmas party fight is kind of Kreese's fault. And it starts from him just sort of wanting to just throw, fuel the fire. And I think Tori has enough fire as it is. And Miyagi-Do would probably be a good place for Tori, honestly, to learn some balance, to find peace. And some of Mr. Miyagi's teachings would probably be a good idea.
Seeing Johnny and Daniel put their differences aside and team up in the finale was amazing. How did you react when you read that or found that out?
Oh, I was pretty mind blown by every script. I feel like the writers always surprise me. I was shocked by that. I think what I was most shocked by was Allie's return. And yeah, also just the fact that Johnny and Daniel are finally getting along. I think, yeah, that was pretty mind-blowing for me.
We have to talk about that spectacular Christmas showdown that you just mentioned. What was it like filming that? Because I think that was probably the most like intense in terms of stunt choreography that we've seen so far.
Yeah, the writers kept warning me. They were like, you better keep training, because episode 10, the finale, it's gonna be crazy. Like, nunchucks, get ready. And Yeah, that really was intense. And at the end of season 2, in the finale in the school, we did a oneer. We did this big take where it was just one fluid take in the
Oh,
hallway.
right.
And we did that again in the Christmas episode. And it was all of us practicing at the same time and in this big scene around the entire house. And if one of us messes up, then we've ruined the take for everyone. And there are some people getting slammed and thrown, and people are being hard on their bodies, and it's super physical. And there really couldn't be any cuts or any mess ups. So I think there was that pressure of, which for me is good, because knowing that other people, they have things at stake, and if I mess up, it's messing up for the whole team. I think that just adds so much energy. And whenever we would finish those takes, we would all just be screaming and like clapping and just so excited about the whole thing. So I think that energy is really fun, but also, it's a little bit more of a challenge.
Right. I don't know what your karate background is. Are you do you actively take karate now, or did you take it before?
I never in my life thought I'd be taking karate, but now here I am, about to go into training every day, leading up to season 4. But yeah, I have been taking karate and trying to just learn it on my own while I'm at home, which is what Billy and Ralph do. Like, they're so good. So they've really inspired me, because ever since the Karate Kid, they've been doing it, and they have such a love for it. And I think all the kids on the show are inspired by them, and they really do feel like our real senseis in life.
What's your favorite movie of the franchise? Do you have one?
The first one, the first Karate Kid.
So good. I grew up a big Next Karate Kid fan, so I'm a big Hilary Swank person. What do you think the chances are that we could get Hilary Swank in the show? I feel like that has to happen.
Oh, I do too. I want that. I mean, I feel like we've set the bar so high with this last season that I want everyone to come back and reprise their roles. But I have no idea. I haven't heard anything about it. Thank God, because it's hard for me to keep secrets.
Yeah.
But I think that would be so epic if she came in. I love her.
I wonder if she's seen it or watches the show.
I wonder. I don't know. It'd be hard for me. Like, I feel like I would watch it.
Because she could come in. I think her name was Julie. She could come in. She could be like, Tori, get out of there with Kreese. Let me take you over to Miyagi-Do.
Save me. I think I did meet her once when I was a kid in New York acting. She came into a trailer while I was in hair and makeup. I think she was a producer on the movie. So I've seen her once before.
I feel like you've met everyone. Like, I was looking at your IMDb credits and I was like, you've been in everything. Like, 27 Dresses, one of my favorite movies of all time. Just Peyton List, hanging out.
Just because I was 8 or 9 years old and I would play like the younger version of every blonde when I lived in New York. That was how I got my start. Like, I played the young Katherine Heigl and then the young Kate Hudson. And so when I finally had a younger version of myself, I was like, whoa, I'm no longer the younger blonde of everyone else.
Who is someone you would like to have more scenes with in season 4?
I don't really have many scenes with Ralph and the Miyagi-Do people. So it'd be fun to have some scenes with the LaRussos. I don't know how they would make that happen, but yeah, I would like to interact with Ralph a little bit more.
Yeah, that'd be good. Who would you like to see Tori fight in the All Valley?
I think I'd like to see her fight Hawk, because now I feel like she has this sort of, they have this big rivalry because he left Cobra Kai. And I think loyalty is a big thing to everyone at Cobra Kai. And so that, I think there would be a lot of history there.
Yeah.
So it'd be a fun fight to watch.
Tori and Robbie I'm very invested in now because they keep stealing glances at each other and I'm into it. They're kind of similar. Like, how do you feel like they would fare as a couple? I think
it'd either be, you ship it, really?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably kind of like toxic, but I kind of ship it.
That was kind of my thought. I was like, it could go, two ways. I do think that Robbie and Sam were good for each other. So maybe Robbie could be a good influence on Tori. I think they're cute together. I think that, Tori kind of needs to hang up the Miguel towel, sadly. Yeah. I think she needs to let him go.
Yeah.
Robbie and Tori can relate on a lot. I feel like they've had to fight for themselves and they've had it a little bit rougher.
Definitely. Tori and Sam's rivalry is gonna heat up, but I'm kind of rooting for them to like team up someday, like Daniel and Johnny. What do you think it would take for those two to come together?
I was saying to someone, I was like, after season 2 and this school fight, I thought that was where the writers could come back. Season 3, they could have Tori come back and maybe her and Sam can make amends. But when they decided to just go the opposite way, they just kept committing to the rivalry and everything else. I was like, this is going to be harder to come back from. So I really don't know how we come back from that. Something huge would have to happen. And I just don't know if I see it happening. Sometimes with those people in life that you're never going to be friends with. And that's kind of how I see them. But I also don't know because the writers always shock me. So
True. Well, you kind of touched on this, but there's so many theories floating around about the show. Do you have a favorite theory about Tori that you've read?
I think for a little while there when people thought she might be Allie's daughter, I thought that was a really fun theory and I wanted it to be true so bad. That was my favorite one I've read. Also, just the related ones I think are fun.
I was just reading one because like Kreese calls what we think is Terry Silver at the end of the season, and then a couple people said they think that Terry Silver might be your dad.
Whoa, I have not heard that one yet.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
I think that would be epic.
It would make sense why Kreese is like so invested in Tori if it's like his like buddy's daughter.
No, see, everyone that watches the show, I mean, they're on it. That's an interesting one. I would really like that.
I like that.
I know,
I like it too. I read it today, so I'm still processing that one, but I like it.
Yeah. I love how much research you've done, by the way.
Karate in general, it does a lot for people, for their body, their soul, their mind. What has being a part of Cobra Kai, the series, done for you?
It has changed my life, honestly. Like even playing Tori, she is so different from me, but I've been so inspired from her and by learning self-defense and learning how to fight. I think it's really empowering. And I feel like everyone should do it at some point in their life. It's I'm like, the Karate Kid has changed my life. What in the world?
Love it. Do you have a dream role that you want to hit in the next, 5 years or something?
I think I didn't realize how much I would love to do action and how much I love getting to do the stunt work and everything else. Getting to do a movie where I fight more and get to do more stunts would be a dream. You
guys got renewed for season 4. Are you filming yet? Are you filming soon?
Yeah, we're about to start filming very soon. I don't even know exactly when. All I know is that I'm going to Atlanta in the next couple weeks, and then we start training. So,
wow. How long do you foresee the show going for? Do you feel like it's like many more seasons to go?
I feel like with the writers we have, they could really take it as long as they want, and with the amount of characters they have and everything else. But I have no idea. But I mean, I feel like they would never run out of things to do. I mean, heck, they brought it back from 30 years, so I bet they could keep it going.
That's all the questions I have. You're so amazing to talk to, and
oh my gosh, likewise. I feel like I was talking to a friend because you know so much about the show. It was so fun.